Bud could beat Canelo. Like I said, I've been saying this. I don't think size win fights. I think skills do. So yeah, I think like being a southpaw with good movement and sharp boxing, it'd be hard for Canelo with that high guard to walk him down and load up on them big hooks. I think Bud would beat Canelo.
How is Crawford, his composure going to be like the moment a punch lands on him from Canelo?
Are you kidding me? Take that question back.
Yeah, why?
Because you're talking about Crawford.
Yeah.
He's
the weight classes.
He's the most composed guy. Yeah. What, you don't think he'll be prepared? You think it'll be a
Saul Canelo Alvarez and Terence "Bud" Crawford's eagerly awaited in-person meeting occurred during a high-stakes publicity tour before to their highly anticipated super middleweight fight on September 13th, 2025, in Las Vegas. Under the careful observation of the world media, the two combatants locked eyes during the dramatic encounter that was produced during the Riyadh season press events, exchanging hard stares and their bold declarations. The moment of hushed strain was a rehearsed madness. Crawford's unwavering composure and Canelo's steely glare foreshadowed the clash of styles and traditions in the ring. Some have referred to the build-up as the struggle of the century, a bout between two of boxing's top pound-for-pound fighters vying for undisputed super middleweight title.
More unrelated to this fight, but Turkey made it seem like you weren't going to be promoting the Terence Crawford-Canelo fight. Is there anything you can kind of clear up on that?
He made it feel like I wasn't?
Yeah, well, he said that someone else was promoting it. He didn't say no TKO, he just didn't include your name in a tweet, and people kind of freaked out online about like where'd Dana go.
I'm going to tell you what's awesome, man. So there's a lot up things about boxing, but they don't say shit. I mean, nobody talks. It's the most amazing thing.
Well-known Mexican boxer Canelo Alvarez is the current undisputed super middleweight champion and a champion in 4 weight classes. Canelo has established himself as one of the sport's top fighters by defeating many of the greatest names in boxing, thanks to his incredible power, defensive skill, and adaptability in the ring.
I mean, you fought Floyd Mayweather at what? You're 23?
23.
That's so fucking young.
Yeah.
What was that like?
I trained so hard, and now obviously I try to beat him because, you know, if you beat him, you want to be the best in the world at 23.
What do you think was so impressive about him?
His experience, he's so smart. He have everything in a fighter, a complete fighter. He don't have power in the punches, but when you that kind of fighter, you don't need it.
You think that was the toughest fight you faced?
No.
What do you think?
I think it's tough fights and difficult fights. That was a difficult fight.
Canelo is beating these guys with all 5 layers of defense. Number 1, feet. Number 2, elbows, hands, shoulders, and the mind. This is exactly how both of those guys got to the highest level of boxing supremacy. Canelo Alvarez means to the Mexican fans what Floyd Money Mayweather meant for black people. 50 wins in boxing, no losses, no draws.
A multi-division world champion, Terence Crawford is from Omaha, Nebraska, and has won championships in the lightweight, light welterweight, and super welterweight weight classes. After defeating Errol Spence Jr., Crawford, who was well known for his switch-hitting prowess, ring IQ, and knockout power, became the undisputed welterweight champion.
We have to talk about this. Terence Crawford just tweeted, Canelo versus Crawford is definitely by far the biggest fight in boxing. This guy is not playing around. All right. Crawford, pound for pound, number 1. Canelo, biggest star in boxing still at the moment. Anywhere. I'm not talking about just in the US, Mexico, the UK, everywhere. Canelo is now open. At first it was, hey, I can't go down to 160. I can't do a catch weight of 160. If he wants to fight me, it's gonna be at 168. Plus, I'm not gonna get any credit if I beat a Terence Crawford. It would be like Terence Crawford fighting Tank, moving 2 weight classes up, and I'm not gonna get credit for that. Terence Crawford is a special fighter. He is like a Floyd and a Manny that can move up to weight classes, carry his power, can beat up bigger guys. He's a special.
With a career record of 63 wins, 2 defeats, 2 ties, and 39 knockouts, Alvarez is a formidable force in the super middleweight class. Among his accomplishments are titles in the super middleweight, junior middleweight, and light heavyweight weight classifications. In 2021, Alvarez made history by becoming the first undisputed super middleweight champion.
Listen, Canelo needs to understand he's a different fighter now. The deterioration is there. He's not the same guy. He's not that destroyer who's looking for knockouts early and keeps a pace and a pressure on you. He throws 30 punches around. You're not the same guy. So telling everyone you're going to knock them out and then going into, 6 decisions in a row now? Scores a knockdown every time. Power's still there. The problem is the pace and the ability to carry on and push. That's the real difference, and that comes with age. He's 34 going on 45 at this, as far as I'm concerned. He's got a ton of fights, been around for a long time, doesn't have that same desire, the same drive to take the chances against these younger, bigger guys, because he is fighting younger, bigger guys. So you got to keep that in mind.
Alvarez, who is 34 years old and 5'8", is a strong opponent because of his combination of strength, speed, and experience. His recent triumphs, such defeating William Skull by unanimous decision in May 2025, further solidify his position as a great fighter. Alvarez continues to stand out due to his technical skill and ring IQ, even in the face of competition from younger and more promising players.
When he fought Canelo and he was like standing right in front of Canelo and Canelo's just whiffing, it was a life lesson. And then you look at how good Canelo's head movement got after that fight when he realized it. I mean, my God, when he fought Danny Jacobs and Canelo's just standing right in front of him, bobbing. That's all what he learned from fighting.
Crawford highlighted that this battle isn't defined by physical stature. In addition to being the same height as Canelo, he reminded everyone that he had a greater reach. He's a heavy dude, but he's not a big guy, Crawford said of Canelo. He's 5'8", and I'm 5'8", and my arms are longer than his. He rejected the idea that there was a size disparity, pointing out that Canelo's usual weight classes, not height, was the real difference. Canelo reached the light heavyweight class at one point, while Crawford progressed from lightweight to his most recent level at light middleweight.
Has the Canelo fight, realistically left your mind once he said he's not interested, or you still pursuing it?
Not at all. I think business talk. With the right business come across the table, it'll happen. I just be talking, man. Canelo a big dude, you know what I mean? But at the same time, I believe in my abilities. He's a heavy dude, but he's not a big guy. Like, he's 5'8", I'm 5'8", you know what I mean? My arm's longer than his, so that fight would be good.
How is Crawford, his composure, going to be like the moment a punch lands on him from Canelo?
Are you kidding me? Take that question back.
Yeah, why?
Because you're talking about Crawford. He's the
weight classes.
He's the most composed guy. What, you don't think he'll be prepared? You think it'll be a shock to him? No. He's already moved up 3 weight classes. So now you're talking 6 if you add on 3. Crawford has the ability to slow things down in the ring that very few people have, and to see things that nobody else can see because he slows it down. Yeah, he's got great power. He carried it up. Yeah, he's got good hand speed. Yeah, he's got all that. He's got good technique. His coaches do a tremendous job with him. But the timing is impeccable. It's better than anyone else's. Why? Because of this. When a guy has that ingredient, and very, very few have, I can't count him out in anything.
Canelo initially downplayed a fight with Terence Crawford, but later expressed openness, saying he'd face anyone if it made financial and legacy sense. Crawford, moving up to 168 pounds, chose to skip a tune-up fight, knowing the risk of added physical strain. Facing a powerhouse like Canelo without a warm-up only adds to the challenge. Analysts argue that Crawford may struggle at this higher weight, especially against someone as experienced and skilled as Canelo. Many view the bout less as a competitive showdown and more as a lucrative opportunity, particularly for Crawford, who is risking his unbeaten record and reputation. The general consensus is that his chances of winning are slim, with critics suggesting the fight is driven more by financial incentive than true sporting merit. Still, the matchup draws massive attention due to both fighters' reputation.
Terence Crawford gonna beat Canelo Alvarez. We need to talk about it. When we look at the guys who've had success with Canelo, we'll look at Bivol, we'll look at Golovkin, we'll look at Floyd, and we'll look at Lara. Yes, I'll throw Lara in there, why not? I think all these fights are absolutely irrelevant coming into this bout. Some of them are just dated, or some of these guys' style just cannot apply. For example, a guy in Lara. If Crawford wanted to fight how Lara fought Canelo, he would probably gas out in 7 rounds, or if he made it 12, he just wouldn't get that decision. It's that simple. Let's take a guy in Golovkin. Crawford just simply does not have the punching power, nor do I think he has the gas tank at 68. He's not a good enough puncher to try to fight Canelo like Golovkin. He doesn't have the physical traits, even in the chin department. Then you have Floyd Mayweather. Well, both can have a bit of similarities. The speed, reflexes, technical prowess, IQ, timing, counterpunching, lateral movement, it's just too much from Floyd. I don't think Bud could take much from Floyd's game plan to implement it into his own success in September. And then you have Dimitri. The speed, the technical prowess, the IQ, the length is too much. So essentially, Terence Crawford is going to have to beat Canelo in a way that nobody has ever beaten him or gave him any issues in. I'm going to tell you exactly how Crawford's going to fight. He's going to fight like his damn self. It's too late in his career to change up the game plan. It's too late in his career for him to want to change up the game plan, come into a fight of this magnitude with a style he's never fought before. That will be a recipe for disaster. He's going to be more than likely off the back foot. He's going to be looking for counter shots. And I think there will be a point in this fight where he's simply just trying to survive. I like Crawford. He's an amazing pound-for-pound fighter. A different animal at 168. This is one of the greatest of all time. I see win scenarios for him, but I don't see him being realistic. I can see him fighting off the back foot, using his speed, timing, and feet to stay away from Canelo, but that's very, very, very unlikely, damn near impossible.
In a light-hearted moment, Canelo referred to a potential fight with Terence Crawford as easy money, suggesting it could bring in up to $150 million. This enormous payday is a major reason both fighters are open to the crossover bout, which carries the star power and legacy appeal of a true mega fight. Crawford, however, addressed the skepticism surrounding his move to 168 pounds. He acknowledged critics who claim he'll struggle at the higher weight, but countered by highlighting that while Canelo moved up and lost, he himself moved up and won. Crawford uses this contrast to bolster his case, expressing confidence in his ability to compete at a heavier weight. He's motivated to prove doubters wrong and show that he can rise to the occasion, regardless of size differences or public doubt surrounding the matchup.
Talk all the crazy stuff about me going up and having a tough time, but he went up in weight and lost. That's the difference. I went up weight and won. He went up and lost. You know, so let's not do that, Canelo.
If it's what I want, I'm gonna take it. You know,
Would you put a rehydration clause?
We'll see. I don't like to talk about other fights when I got it.
But you understand, like that's the fight that everyone wants to see. That's the fight the fans want to see you in there with. Do you understand?
I understand that. Same happened with Golovkin.
Yeah, and it happened.
And same happened with Golovkin.
And it happened.
And same happened with Emilio Sanders.
And it happened. I think it happened.
And with Troll, and with Mayweather, and with Cotto.
That's why I believe the fight happened. Would you ever go up to 175? Because 168, I feel like you fought everybody. They're taking belts away from you. 175, you got Benavidez, you got Morrell, you got the rematch with Bivol.
If I go 175, that's pretty much
that would be the first time. But then you can look around and see what's out there at 175.
And then wait.
Would you make a Crawford's performance against Masvidal?
I think he knows why his weight class is there, right? He make a good fight, but for me, I think he lost the fight or draw.
Okay.
Or would be the other side.
He was saying your name a lot all week. I was out there
because
in LA.
he want to set the fight. If they don't talk about me, they don't set it.
Would you look at a fight with Crawford? Because in the past you told me no.
If the money is right,
money's got to be big.
I don't like fighters around.
Do you want to stay 168 or look at 175?